Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor once again to join you this evening. I, of course, am your host, Jonathan Clarke, your voice of all things Descendants and Zombies. If you are new to this YouTube channel, it is an honor for me once again to be in your presence, and it is an honor to meet you. Because the reality we are faced with tonight is this universe is really big. But even with how big this universe is, there is a 7-year-old girl tonight on her tablet trying to watch the best Descendants and Zombies videos that she can find. Unfortunately for her, she's down on her luck because she can't find those videos because nobody is uploading these videos reoccurringly or on a regular basis. Hi, it's an honor to meet you, and if you give me a chance, I promise you I will do my due diligence on uploading the best videos that you will ever see about Descendants and Zombies. I record reaction videos, I record commentaries on Descendants and Zombies, I talk about my favorite moments and songs and favorite characters from the franchises, because I know how much they mean to each and every one of you. So you're probably going to want to keep it locked on this YouTube channel. As many of you know, we are 2 weeks away from Halloween, and I get really excited about Halloween every year. I'm going to try to tell this story the best way that I can. Many years ago on Halloween, many moons ago, as the old saying goes, love you to the moon and back, there were a group of girls that showed up at my door one year on Halloween dressed up as all the Descendants characters, from Red to Mel to Evie to Bridget. Every one of them showed up at my door, trying to get me to guess who they were. They were trying to convince me to launch a YouTube channel with videos about Descendants and Zombies dedicated to the fans who love it so much. Like you, who probably dress up every year on Halloween as your favorite Descendants and Zombies character, which I'm here to tell you guys I think is really cool, and I think you should do it every year for as long as you're able to. Because you only have one life to live, and you have to make the most of every opportunity and every chance life presents you with, because life is like time running through an hourglass that never fails to run out, and because of these moments meaning so much to our hearts, we have to make every moment matter and every moment count. So if you want to dress up as your favorite Descendants character this year, I think you should. I think you should turn up your Descendants songs a little bit louder on your iPhone, and you should have the time of your life being a Descendants and Zombies fan, because you only live once, and moments like this are only happening once in a lifetime for everybody. So these girls showed up at my door on Halloween this one fateful year, and they tried to convince me to upload videos of Descendants and Zombies. It kind of went like this. Hey, is this where Jonathan Clarke on YouTube is produced? And I'm like, yeah. Well, we're here to see if you'll upload Descendants and Zombies videos for us because we're crazy about the franchises, so we can go home and subscribe to your YouTube channel by the thousands. And I said, I'll think about it. And they came back the next year. Hey, Jonathan Clarke, we know where your house is, and we know you produce Descendants and Zombies videos out of here. Could you please produce more than what you ever have? And I'm like, yeah, I'll think about it. And many years later, Descendants and Zombies videos have surfaced on this YouTube channel, and this has become the most popular Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel in the world. And I give you my word, as long as I have a heartbeat, and I don't die anytime soon, this YouTube channel will forever and always be here for you guys to talk about your favorite stars and the moments that have forever and always meant to your hearts individually or collectively, because many of you watch Descendants and Zombies together. You have slumber parties, you have birthday parties, and you have a Descendants and Zombies themed birthday party, which I think is really cool. You know, come to think of it, I saw this really cool video of Kylie Cantrell and this girl named Waffle. Her mom had reached out to Kylie Cantrell, and Kylie Cantrell attended this birthday party, I think it was in Los Angeles, where she actually presented the girl Waffle with a Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide Tour t-shirt, and I thought it was so cool. I actually think it was a hoodie, probably both. But I remember how Waffle was so excited to be in Kylie Cantrell's presence, and Kylie Cantrell had never felt more honored to make this dream come true for this girl. And it got me to thinking about how I have never felt more honored to create this YouTube channel for so many wonderful people from all cultural diversities, all walks of life, who never fail to hit my subscribe button, who love Descendants and Zombies so much until their heart falls out of their chest, and they're really crazy about Descendants and Zombies, because the thing is, what you've got to realize and what you've got to know about Descendants and Zombies fans, not only are their love unconditional for the people who upload Descendants and Zombies videos, which aren't very many people, but they know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies, no matter if they're 7 years old, 8 years old, 9.5, what have you. They're up as high as 17 years old. And I know this because I have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies fans. You know, when I watched Descendants for the first time ever, I was 25 years old. So I really don't think there is a specific age demographic that is selected by Disney to fall in love with this franchise. Because to be honest with each and every one of you, if I could go back in time and fall in love with the original Descendants cast and the original Descendants franchise and experience this story from beginning to end all over again, I would do it. Hands down, I would do it. because it gave me the honor not only to talk about Descendants and Zombies with each and every one of you, because you're crazy about Descendants and Zombies. It gave me the honor to meet so many wonderful people that I didn't even know existed out in this world, or how powerful of a niche this actually was, until one night I seemingly was walking through the forest and the sign was pointing me in the direction of Oradon, and I've never left since. I've been embraced by warm hugs by everybody for uploading my thoughts and predictions on the future of Descendants and Zombies, reviewing the franchises that have known so much to your hearts for forever. I do it because I know how much it means to you, and I know what it's like to grow up being a fan of something. Because I grew up a fan of everything, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to Sailor Moon. I was even a big fan of Sailor Moon, Twilight, The Vampire Diaries, SpongeBob SquarePants. And you know, the reason why I grew up watching this stuff was because I thought about each and every one of you when I hosted my radio show for the first time on August 15th, 1999. And I always thought about you guys listening to my show or watching my YouTube video and what you wanted to see on that video. Did you just want to see a guy talking about SpongeBob SquarePants, who I thought was the coolest character Nickelodeon had ever produced, and honestly the most revered and greatest of all time? Because the one thing that stood out to me about SpongeBob SquarePants was how resilient the guy was. He would always knock on Squidward's door. Hey Squidward, can we be friends for the rest of our lives? And no matter how many times Squidward denied him the opportunity, he would come back the very next night. Hey Squidward, can we be friends? Until Squidward eventually gave in. It may have taken SpongeBob 13 seasons, but it was the resiliency and his heart that got SpongeBob through everything and helped him find his place in the world. It made him find acceptance, and that's exactly what Descendants of Zombies is trying to help everybody do. Find acceptance in this world. But even if you haven't found acceptance because of Descendants of Zombies, I'm here to tell you guys, there is nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. If you love Freya Sky, if you love Ruby Rose Turner, if you love Kylie Control so much, then hold on to that belief in your heart and love Descendants of Zombies until the day you die. Because in all honesty, there is nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I have seen some of those beautiful friendships firsthand begin because of Descendants of Zombies, and start over a conversation that simply began with the question of, are you a fan of Descendants of Zombies, or do you love Descendants of Zombies, and who is your favorite character? You know, for me, my favorite character in that franchise became Bridget. It may have taken me many years to find my favorite character because I loved all of them at one point. You know, I was one of those guys that ate leftover Halloween treats every year on Halloween, a Mars bar or something, and I would spend hours up until the sun came up looking up Kylie Control's favorite color, or Dove Cameron's favorite color, or what they loved, what they didn't love, to showcase this franchise in a way that it was forever and always meant to be showcased for everybody who loved it. Because there are 600,000 fans of Descendants of Zombies on YouTube. There are 10 million Descendants of Zombies fans across all social media platforms. And anyone who appreciates Descendants of Zombies should know that they know everything there is to know about Descendants of Zombies. And also realize that their love for Descendants of Zombies is truly unconditional. I don't know, honestly, if I've ever seen anything quite like this in my life or experienced the impact that Descendants of Zombies has had on my heart over the last 10 years. I may have never experienced anything quite like this, but I know that I will never experience anything like this ever again, because this is something that has meant to have been happening for only once in a lifetime. And a lifetime is not very long. Life is really too short. So because life is really too short, I think we really have to make the most of these opportunities. So if we see Kylie Control crying because she misses her friends, which breaks my heart, I think we need to remind her how many of her friends are actually around her every single day. Because some of her greatest friends are each and every one of us. Because we've been the ones who supported Kylie Control from the very beginning. And to be honest with you guys, when I saw Kylie Control cry for the very first time on social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube, my heart was broken. And I wanted to do something to let Kylie Control know that everything was going to be alright. Because no matter what you're going through, everything is going to be alright. And that's exactly what Descendants of Zombies has had a greater emphasis on and a greater appreciation for. Encouraging us that we do see the light at the end of every darkness, and that everything is going to be alright in our own lives. I think that Kylie Control can really learn from aspiring to be this character Red, and learn from her own character and her own experience, and take her own advice. Because in all honesty, when she misses her friends, and she's crying because she can't make sense of why she misses her greatest friends are forever and always around her, and her greatest friends are each and every one of us. Because we've never quit on Kylie Control from the very beginning. While her boyfriend may have quit on her, and people may have criticized her for having an opinion about Donald Trump, that never really mattered to me. What really mattered to me was seeing Kylie Control have fun, seeing Ruby Rose Turner have fun, and being the best of friends. You know, if I was in a relationship with Kylie Control, I'm just going to say this. If I saw her friendship with Ruby Rose Turner, I would do everything to support it. I would do everything to support Kylie Control because in all honesty, Kylie Control is a beautiful person who does not deserve to be criticized. And the people who do criticize her, like her ex-boyfriend, are just consumed with jealousy. And jealousy is an awful thing because it makes you think a lot of awful things. It can make you do a lot of awful things. And it can make you perceive the person that you're with to be the most awful person in the world. But that's not really the case with Kylie Control, because she's able to put all of that aside, whatever she may be going through, just to entertain each and every one of you. And I think that's what matters at the end of every single performance that she and Freya Sky gives, because they care about each and every one of you. And that doesn't seem to be the way with a lot of celebrities. At the end of every Taylor Swift performance, I'll be honest with each and every one of you. It seems like Taylor Swift doesn't care about any of us, because Taylor Swift is very overrated, she's beyond publicized, and she's worth over $1.5 billion in revenue. Now, while your favorite stars may not be worth $1.5 billion in revenue from the Descendants franchise, they are worth more than words can say to each and every one of you. And as a YouTube creator, I've got to realize that, and I've got to show up and be on point every single time that I talk about Descendants and Zombies. Does it upset me that Kylie Control is crying because she misses her friends and her political point of view ends up in every conversation? Sure it does. And I've wanted to do something about that for forever and always, even if it meant me running for President of the United States, because I guarantee you on the night that I'm elected as President of the United States and my inauguration happens, I will send the biggest bouquet of flowers to Kylie Control. I don't care how expensive they are. And your entire Descendants cast will be performing on the night of my inauguration, sharing the stage once again. Because if Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour doesn't happen, we got to do something about that. And as President of the United States, I will give Kylie Control a president that she can finally be proud of, even if it's not Donald Trump and it comes in the form of the Jonathan Clarke regime. Because I guarantee you guys, every kid who ever was sick who loved Descendants and Zombies doesn't deserve to be sick and deserves to be cured. Every family deserves to be able to afford Disney Plus, which I will give you guys for free. And I will finally give your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars a reason to be proud of the America they live in, because they're being criticized for the political point of view, the relationship not turning out the way that they perceived it to be from the very beginning. I mean, none of that really matters. All I've ever wanted to do is put a smile on each and every one of your faces because you were a fan of Descendants and Zombies and showcase this franchise for its true worth and its true value, because this story is far from over. While people may say this story is over, it doesn't have to be. And for those of you who believe this story is far from over, I think you should continue on believing that for the foreseeable future, and that's what I'm here to encourage. That's why I'm uploading so many videos about Descendants and Zombies, because I know some way or somehow, even though people never admit to it, these videos touch their hearts. And the cool thing is, in the comments every once in a while, someone will say how emotionally overcome they were after watching some of my videos. Some people are very passionate about Descendants and Zombies, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Because I know what it's like to grow up a fan of your favorite franchise. From Goosebumps to Are You Afraid of the Dark to Goof Troop to Hercules to The House of Mouse. I even used to watch The House of Mouse when Rod Roddy from Jeopardy fame or Wheel of Fortune fame used to do the announcement like this. He's wackier than Donald Duck in every single way. You know, I used to remember all those introductions they used to do for Mickey Mouse on The House of Mouse. I always wanted to be the voiceover guy for the Kingdom Cup games in Oregon for Descendants 5, Book of Wonderland. I don't know if Disney's ever heard any of these shout-outs, but I would love to be a part of the cast, because I guarantee you Descendants 5, Book of Wonderland will be the best Descendants movie of the entire franchise if Jonathan Clarke was in there to make a part of the cast. Because in all honesty, I think there's a passion and a pride that goes with bringing this franchise to life. And that's all I've ever wanted to do, is bring the franchise to life for somebody who really loves their favorite character. If you love Bridget, I support that. If you love Kylie, I support that. Because in all honesty, the friendship between Kylie, Malia, and Ruby is beautiful. And I think it should be encouraged forevermore. And I think that everybody who's involved in Kylie Control's life, from family to friends, with some of her greatest friends being all of us, should understand just how passionate Kylie Control is with her career choice and the decisions she makes. And I think more relationships would work out for the better if people understood how much Kylie Control is passionate about each and every one of you. Because each and every one of you are what matters to Kylie Control, and because you are what matters to Kylie Control is just just not going to fade off and be forgotten about, like how Dove Cameron was criticized for quitting on us and quitting on her career because Dove Cameron wanted to achieve more outside of Descendants of Zombies and was so desperate to leave her Disney past behind her. If anything, Kylie Cantrell is anything but desperate to leave her Disney past behind her. She wants to be a part of Disney for forever because it's a passion. Kind of like how years ago I had a passion for pro wrestling. I thought everything I saw on TV was real. I thought vampire movies were real. I thought vampires could never die, and I was really scared. You know, many nights I'd watch a Dracula movie. I wouldn't fall asleep until like 3 a.m. the next morning because I was so scared. I used to think professional wrestling was real and these two guys really hated each other and they were going to have a cage match just because they hated each other. And you're thinking to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, how much of a loser are you really? Do you play video games every day? Do you watch horror movies all the time? Yeah, because like I had this friend who was really infatuated with movies like Van Helsing and Dracula and reading books like that, and we used to hang out a lot when we were teenagers in high school. But you know, some of my fondest memories came from hanging out with my friends, and that's why I've always encouraged you guys that if you have one really good friend in this lifetime, that's all you really need. You know, Bridget's only friend in this lifetime was Ella. And because she had one friend that she could count on every single time that she was going through something, regardless of what that was, she was able to make sense of her own life. And I thought it was so beautiful how she only realized she only needed one friend and eventually went on to make more friends in Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker's characters, Red and Chloe. That's why, for the life of me, I don't know how they could produce Descendants 5 without Ruby Rose Turner being a part of the cast. I will forever support Ruby returning to reprise her role, and I think the door could never be more widely left open for Ruby to reprise her role because of how much she meant to the franchise and how much she meant to each and every one of you. And I can't forget to mention how beautiful I think Ruby is because she's absolutely stunning and she takes my breath away every single time. From what I hear, Ruby wants to be the live-action Rapunzel and the live-action Tangled. Now, if I was the director and producer at Disney, if I was head of management at Disney, the first thing I would do would be pick up the phone and call Ruby at 555 Ruby, pick up the phone. And I would say, Ruby, I hear that you want to be the live-action Rapunzel for the live-action Tangled. Here's the money to run with your idea and bring her to life. And I have every confidence in the world to believe in Ruby's ability to do it. I don't think that she needs any sense of direction. I don't think she needs any assistance because she's so talented. And I say this because, I'm maybe just saying this because I've seen Ruby perform ever since she was 12 years old. And I remember at 12 years old being on the show Coop and Cammy Ask the World. I didn't think it was much of an opportunity, but she really ran with the character Cammy Rather. And it was a series that was ended long before its time, but I think that she did it with such passion that she could go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. Hey, if Miley Cyrus can go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time, so too can your favorite Descendants stars, and I will forever be an advocate for that, because I know how much each and every one of them mean to you. And I want each and every one of you to know that regardless of what critics are saying about Descendants of Zombies and their opinions, thinking matters to everybody, your opinions about Descendants of Zombies is what matters. Your opinions about Descendants of Zombies is what counts. You guys are the reason I'm here, and you guys are the reason why this YouTube channel exists. So if you are a fan of Freya Sky, if you are a fan of Kylie Control watching this video, man, just know this YouTube channel will forever and always be here in support of each and every one of you. You know, tomorrow I have to head out and do some things in my everyday life, and just because I want to upload videos for each and every one of you to make sure these videos are on schedule every single day, I pre-recorded videos for you to make sure they're uploaded on time. And that's what you call dedication. That's what you refer to every single time as dedication. Most people would say, okay, I got to go pick up groceries, or I got to go to the laundromat, or I got to go to the hospital, and, you know, I'll upload Descendants of Zombies videos when I got to. You know, even if I'm dying, I will upload videos for you guys about Descendants of Zombies. I will come back from the dead just to upload videos for you guys on Descendants of Zombies because I know what it's like to be excited about the new chapter of a movie or the new episode of a series that you watch episodically every week. I can't even tell you how excited I was to watch the new episode of Sailor Moon or the new episode of Power Rangers. I know it's really weird to hear a guy talking about Sailor Moon, but that's the thing. I have a greater appreciation for everything Japanese animation, Disney, collaborative. I think you've really got to have that when you upload videos about Descendants of Zombies, because if you have a fan of Sailor Moon who watched that series ever since 1992, March 7th, 1992, up until November of 1995, I think it was, you really got to showcase your passion for everything you love. And because everything we love seems to revolve around Descendants and Zombies now, I think there is no more effective way of doing that than by showing up on your YouTube channel and showcasing shows like Sailor Moon and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark and Spider-Man and the Avengers and Descendants and Zombies, of course, in the way that they forever and always meant to be showcased. And if I can't do that, nobody's going to be able to do that for you guys. So if you guys haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I think you're probably going to want to do that, because I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes. I will have a couple of more videos uploaded for you guys throughout today, so if you have not subscribed, make sure you ring that bell to stay up to date with notifications on this YouTube channel, because you guys have got to believe me, this has been the greatest honor of my life, being able to sit in front of this podcast microphone to a reviewed Descendants and Zombies for the way it's meant to be reviewed for a very long time. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. And as I've said many times, if I've not said it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, there is nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants and Zombies, and you have every reason in the world to be excited about the premiere of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland happening next summer. I am really honored to sit in this chair and review everything about Descendants and Zombies, offer you my predictions of the upcoming Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, because this story is far from over, and we still have a long way to go. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much, man, from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for making this YouTube channel a profound success, and I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes. Stay calm and zombie on, everyone, into the foreseeable future, because life is that much sweeter when we all are. Thank you guys so much. I hope you all subscribe and you hit the like button for this YouTube channel, because the more subscribers we get on this YouTube channel, it will affect the YouTube algorithm, and more people can find these videos and find time in appreciating them, because our kindness reaches that much more hearts than ever before because of this YouTube channel being the #1 Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel in the world right now. Seriously, guys, thank you so much from my heart to yours.